You know, some of you from the Miracle League that came tonight are want to see different me than you normally see jumping around and dancing. And all the crazy things I do. But every time I stand behind the pulpit, one thing comes to mind. It's Romans 1:16, for I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. And verse, you know, so I'm always so proud to be able to stand up and say, I'm not ashamed because I'm a believer in Jesus Christ and all Lord and Savior. But it goes on to tell us why I'm not ashamed of it. Because it's the power of God to salvation for all who do believe. Tonight I've been given a wise man. And, you know, what we see them in the nativity scenes around with the shepherds. Now let's do this. You know, let's just keep on this. But actually, they came a little time later. We see them on the Hallmark cards. Just I think mentioned the Hallmark thing a minute ago. But we see them on the Hallmark cards with a little warm and fuzzy rhyme and all that. That's all cool and all. But actually, they came some time later. We don't know exactly when. We don't know exactly how many. We know they had 3 gifts. We always presume 3. We know they came in less than 2 years because Herod asked for the children to enter 2 years to come. We presume maybe a year, a little after. But we don't know exactly when they came. Let's keep in mind they came. And it's a good thing to be thinking about tonight when they came. Let's pray real quick, and I'm going to take the most unusual look at Christmas maybe we've ever heard from us pastor before tonight. But it'll come together, I promise you, at the end of Christ. Lord God, thank you for this opportunity to be here tonight, Lord, to bring your gospel. God, it's an honor and privilege to be here. God, I pray the people look at me, Lord, to see you. God, I pray you use me as your instrument, your tool this evening. And God, there's one here, Lord, that doesn't know you as your Savior. I pray, Lord, tonight that the 3 of us have prepared their hearts. And Lord, they find eternal dwelling place in heaven. And they know they can guarantee them tonight. Pray, Lord, in your name. Amen.
Amen.
So, wow. Let's take an unusual look at Christmas and the wise men. So where would we start? I guess, you know, everybody thinks we're going to start Christmas. I'm going to switch glasses several times tonight. Because I can't see anymore. I'm 48 years old and getting old. Let's start in Mark chapter 10. And this is the story of blind Bartimaeus. And it says they came to Jericho. And he went out of Jericho with his disciples and a great number of people. There was blind Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus. And it says he sat by the highway side begging. And when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. And many charged him that he should hold his peace. But he cried more a great deal and said, Son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus stood still and commanded him to be called. And they called the blind man and said to him, Be of good comfort, rise, he calleth thee. And he casted away his garments, rose and came to Jesus. And Jesus answered him and said, What wilt thou that I should do unto thee? And the blind man said to him, Lord, that I might receive my sight. And Jesus said to him, Go thy way, thy faith has made thee whole. And immediately he received his sight, and he followed Jesus in the way. You guys can see it. I'm going to read several passages of Scripture tonight that have nothing to do with nowhere near the Christmas story. But what we have here, guys, is a blind man who's been cast aside, sits by the highway side. He begs every day, but he knows Jesus is there. He knows Jesus is there. And he starts screaming out, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. That means he knew good well who he was when he called him son of David. He believed the Old Testament prophecy we heard about. Isaiah 7:14 said, Behold, the virgin will give birth, I'll give you a sign. He knew that was that one. He knew that was that child. Old blind Bartimaeus knew that. People tried to get him, shut up, leave him alone, it's Jesus. We're talking about, Christmas, about the shepherds were an outcast put aside. Well, this man, shut up. You know, he's got more important things to do than mess with you. Don't bother Jesus. But Jesus stopped. And Jesus called him unto him.
Yes.
You know, a wonderful thing I think happened here, though, is let's think about this. He knew Jesus was truly the Son of God. Something very important that stands out to me in this is Bartimaeus was not going to let anything keep him from having Jesus be part of his life. The more they told him, shut up, the louder he got. The louder he got, the more they told him, shut up. Don't bother Jesus, the louder he got. He was not going to let nothing stop him from having Christ in his life. And the third thing that stands out just the most to me about Bartimaeus, I'm going to talk about three different people tonight. But Bartimaeus, one thing that stands most to me, even though he couldn't see, he was looking for Jesus. Think about this. This man couldn't see, but he was looking for Jesus, guys. He was looking for Jesus. And you guys understand for this, and I'm going to go to another set of scripture here. And I'm going to go to Mark chapter 2. I'm going to back up. Let me change glasses. Again, where I can see. And I'm going to read a few verses here about a man. We have a lot of miracle league players who have sicknesses, and a lot of them has cerebral palsy. I'm going to read about a man with a palsy. It says, once again, he entered into Capernaum after some days, and it was noised that he was in the house. It says, straightway, many were gathered, insomuch that there was no room to receive them, not so much as about the door. And he preached the word to them. And here's the important part. Verse 3 says, he came unto them, bringing one sick of the palsy, who was born of 4. Now this means that this man's paralyzed. He can't walk. But he's been carried by 4 men to Christ. And when they could not come around to the press, they uncovered the roof where he was. And when they had broken it up, they let down the bed, wherein the sick with a palsy lay. And when Jesus saw their faith, he said to the sick with the palsy, Son, thy sins are forgiven thee. But there were certain of the scribes sitting there, the religious Pharisees, reasoning in their hearts, why does this man speak blasphemies, and he forgive sins? For only God can. And immediately when Jesus perceived in spirit that they so reasoned in themselves, he said to them, why you reason ye these things in your hearts? Whether it's easier to say to the sick with the palsy, thy sins be forgiven, you ever say, rise up, take thy bed and walk. But that you may know that the Son of Man hath come on earth to forgive sins. I say unto thee, arise, take thy bed, and go thy way into thine house. And immediately he rose up, he took the bed, he went forth to them all, so much they were amazed. They glorified God, saying, we never saw it on this fashion. We never saw it on this fashion. All right, get back and see y'all now. So now we have another person. Actually, we got 5 people in this story. We have one who can't walk. But he's got 4 good friends. The kind of friends that we ought to be. In Galatians 6:2, I'm going to bring script here. Galatians 6:2 says, for us to bear one another's burdens to fulfill the law of Christ. What's the law of Christ? Love your neighbors yourself. He had 4 friends that knew that. They were bearing his burden. They were carrying him to Jesus. Let's see what happened. You know, Bartimaeus, even though he couldn't see, was looking for God. So Christ. This way, his 4 friends, they were looking for Christ. They were looking for Christ. You saw Bartimaeus kept getting louder and louder. They had a problem when they got there too, didn't they? Couldn't get to it. The house was full. Couldn't get in. They went up to the roof and broke the hole. Back then, the roofs had it says it's like doors on it on them. Back then, I looked this up. I was going to do a little homework. They go up to it, but they kept them locked. They could go up there from time to time. Well, it says they broke it loose. And they lowered him down. So it's me kind of like Bartimaeus. They weren't going to let anything keep them from having Jesus in their life either. Nothing was going to stop them from having Jesus, from meeting Jesus. Well, that's a pretty good thing. Nothing's going to stop me from meeting Jesus. It's a pretty good thought, guys. It's a pretty good thought. I'm going to switch here again. I'm going to go somewhere else just crazy to do nothing with Christmas. Nothing with Christmas. But I'll tie it together, I promise. And I'm going to be like Matlock tonight. I'm going to tie it together in. If you'll bear with me. I want to go to Luke chapter 19, talk about a young man named Zacchaeus. It says, and Jesus entered, passed through Jericho. I'm going to read from Luke chapter 19. And behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus. He was the chief among the publicans. He was rich. It says he sought to see Jesus, who he was. But he could not for the press, because he was little in stature. And when Jesus came to the place, he looked up and saw him and said to him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must abide at thy house. And he made haste, and he came down out of the tree, and he received him joyfully, it says. And when they saw it, they all murmured, saying, he was going to be a guest with a man that's a sinner. And Zacchaeus stood and said to the Lord, behold, Lord, the half of my goods I give to the poor. And I've taken, if anything I've taken away by false accusation, I've restored 4-fold. And Jesus said to him, on this day, salvation has come to thy house. For so much he's the son of Abraham, it says, for the Son of Man has come to seek and to save. You used that this morning, that which is lost. The Son of Man has come to seek and save that which is lost. Now what's this got to do with the wise men, you might ask? I've done wasted probably half my time now. I haven't even got to what Charles gave me to talk about yet. I'll tell you what it comes to. It has everything to do with the wise man. See, the wise men were doing the same thing these three people did. That's more just pick the heart about it.
Yeah.
The wise men were looking for Christ. They wanted Christ to be a part of their life. How do I know that? Well, let's go to the scriptures. Matthew chapter 2, verse 2. They said, where is he? Because born the King of the Jews, we've seen the star and come to worship him. Where is he? To me, that means they're looking for him. Wonder where he was. As in search of him, seeking him. I think that's important. You know, they knew the Old Testament prophecy. They knew Jesus was the promised Savior. They also knew he was their only hope. What hope do we have? Well, we've got Titus 2:13. I'm going to bring script again. Looking for that blessed hope, the glorious appearing of our great God, Savior, Christ, Jesus. That's the hope they have.
Yeah.
That blessed hope. That's the hope they have. You know, church, these four people, we had Bartimaeus, we had Zacchaeus, we had the man with Paul, his friends, and the wise men. They had one thing in common. They wanted to see Jesus. They were seeking Jesus. They were looking for Jesus. One of them blind, still looking for Jesus. They were hunting because they wanted Jesus to be part of their lives.
Yeah.
You know, we think back to how much we were talking about setting the scene a minute ago. Chris and Justin both set the scene. I can imagine when Christ was born, it was the most glorious time ever in the world. You know, if it wouldn't have happened, we'd all be destined for hell. He couldn't have gave us off on that cross. He wouldn't have been born first in human skin. But he wrapped himself in human skin, guys. He was born into this world for one purpose: to give his life for us. To give his life for us. How wonderful it must have been. Who talked about? Justin talked about. Was Justin? You talked about who's Justin? He talked about Trump a minute ago. It was. Let's say this, if Trump's speaking, he's talking about Trump speaking, how many thousands of people showed up tonight? 10, 20, 30, 40,000 people showed up here to speak. Let's think about this. Well, you'd have thought Jesus ought to be better than Trump to see him, oughtn't he? Wouldn't it be better to see Jesus than Trump? Let's think about something sad. How many people were there to celebrate? How many people were there to celebrate? Chris told us about the shepherds. What did they say? They said, let us go see this thing this morning. Charles told us about Simeon this morning. He got to see it. And we had these wise men that said, where's he? Looking for him. You know, let's think about this. Almost the whole world missed it. Almost the whole world missed it. Who all missed it? The religious leaders, they missed it. Well, they missed it big. They should have been the ones looking for it the most. Matter of fact, they opposed it a whole lot later. But they missed it. Politicians missed it. The townspeople missed it. How about the innkeeper? He missed it too, didn't he, guys? Even the innkeeper missed it. He was right there at it. They knocked on his door. And he missed it. And he missed it, guys. You know, I think that's the problem we have today in this world. At Christmas time, I think most of our country and most of the world, they miss it too. For the same reason everybody missed it, the guys are just not looking for it. They're just not looking for Jesus to be a part of their lives. And that's sad. He gave his life for us. And we're just not looking for him. You know, one of my favorite verses in the Bible is Matthew 7:7. And it's so simple. It just says, seek and ye shall find. He's there for all of us, guys. Every single one of them. You know, make Jesus a part of your Christmas. How do you do that? Let me tell you this. Families, moms, dads, grandpas, grandmas, aunts, uncles, just whatever you are. How do you make these for Christmas? Here's a good start. On Christmas Eve, open that book. Don't do like I do, go all over the Bible. Open it to Luke chapter 2. And sit down and read the Christmas story together. Make Jesus a part of your Christmas. Ask him to be a part of that, Lord. Share with us our Christmas. We say, what's in Matthew 2? That's right. Get up on Sunday, on Christmas morning, and then read that with your family too. Don't, I don't know if we need these or not. I ain't following it too much. Let's take me almost somewhere else. But do that, guys. Say, God, Christ, I want you to be a part of our Christmas. You know, it's at Christmas time, the saints is the one thing we tend to miss. It's Christ. He's the one thing that's the most forgotten, the most excluded, the most forbidden, the most thrown out thing at Christmas. And it's named after Him. For crying out loud, how do we do it? It's named after Him and we miss Him. Some way we miss Him. I don't know how we do that, guys. You know, it bewilders me sometimes. You know, without Christ, there's no Christmas. Without that birth of that baby wrapped up in human skin, there wouldn't have been no cross. Wouldn't have been no cross, guys. Wouldn't have been no salvation. You know, it sure will be easy if I could look out in the crowd. Charles would say this too, amen to this one. It'd be easy to look out and say, okay, he's lost, he's saved, he's lost, he's saved, he's saved, he's lost, he's lost, he's saved. We can't do that. Sure would make it easy if we could do that. You know, I'll tell you this. Let's think about Bartimaeus for a minute. We had a man who couldn't see Jesus. But he knew he was real. He knew he was there. He knew he was the Son of God. He knew that's where his hope was. Let's think of Zacchaeus, guys. He was a tax collector, one of the publicans, one that most hated men and ripped everybody off. What ended up happening? What Jesus tells us that salvation has come to this house today. It doesn't matter who you are. It's talking about Christ, talking about the shepherds and how they look down upon the ranking of people. And I'm almost going to get this to the end. I didn't even remember practicing my time. We're going to be close. If there's one here tonight, why don't you do it doesn't have Christ? Are you like Bartimaeus? Are you looking for something? It don't matter if you can't see him, you know he's there. You know he's real. And you know he loves you. If you've never asked him in your heart, let me tell you something. You're going to spend eternity. I'll be ripping you off. I didn't tell you this. I wouldn't be doing God the justice when he called me to preach. You're going to spend eternity, my friends, in one of those two places. One's the greatest gift of all, is that child in that manger. And the other was a very bad and foolish, stupid mistake. Because you weren't willing to accept that gift. This offering all loves. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter how much money, how tall or short. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or girl. What matters is Jesus loves you. Yes. What matters is He came and died for you. Guys, think about Matthew 7:7. Are you looking for something tonight? I'll tell you where it's at. Right here. Seek, and you shall find. He's waiting on you, Brother Charles.